And Martin, you've worked with Emilio a few times now, right? He directed you three. This is the third time, right? What was it like this time, and how would you compare it to other experiences?
Well, this is by far the best. I mean, for one, it's the biggest part I've been offered, and the best part I've been offered in 30 years. And the only drawback, if you will, was my own personal anxiety, feeling that maybe I wouldn't measure up to his expectations. But you know, he wrote a beautiful score, and I was ruled by him 100%. I had every confidence, and I couldn't be happier with the result.
You know, we shot the film in sequence,
Right.
and we pushed hard to do that.
Right.
You know, I don't think we made any. There were no sacrifices, but do you think we enjoyed a benefit shooting in sequence?
Well, I think shooting in sequence helped inform not only the actors and their emotion, and you know, something would happen in Saint-Jean-Pied-de-Port that would inform what would happen in Pamplona. Something would happen in Pamplona that would inform what would happen in Burgos emotionally. So if we hadn't shot in sequence, we may have been all over the place. I may not have been as as on you about your emotional through line, because we wouldn't have had it. We wouldn't have had it sequentially. So I think there's a great advantage to having shot it the way we did.
Also, if anything would have happened, God forbid, like if I had twisted an ankle or was physically incapacitated in some respect, it would carry on.
Right, you'd have been limping later on in the.
I mean, I think
journey.
It's a story about loss and healing, and it reflects the Camino in the reality of a pilgrim's journey. You know, you're made to carry all the things that you think you're going to need for the journey. So, like most pilgrims, we overpack, and as we go along, we begin to shed some of the excess weight that we're carrying exteriorly, and then something interesting happens, transcendence. If you're open and aware, and you welcome it, the journey inside, the pilgrim to who you really are, begins, and you begin to open up the dungeons of your heart and let this one go that you've been punishing all these years for ruining your life on this level or that, or this one that you've never been able to forgive, and this one you've never loved, and gradually you empty all the dungeons, all the people from the dungeons of your heart, and you begin to lighten up, and you begin to free yourself to become yourself. And the film reflects the pilgrimage in that way, that we must all carry everything that we have accumulated, both interiorly and exteriorly, and no one can walk the journey for you. You have to do it yourself, but you cannot do it without community. And that's what it's really all about.
Yeah, and as you were saying that, it reminds me of one of my favorite lines, which is, forgiveness is releasing a prisoner only to realize that the prisoner was you. So,
Exactly.
you know, I mean, I think that speaks to it. And on that line, some people know that you're a devout Catholic or practicing
practicing
Catholic.
I'm going to continue practicing until I get it right.
Talk about, Emilio, or either of you, your decision for Tom to be a lapsed Catholic. Why was that important?
Because I wanted him to be a lapsed Catholic, because I wanted somewhere for him to go. And I also, that I probably had that part of me that knew as soon as I told him that, I'd get immediate pushback. I was looking for a reaction, and I got one. You know, the roof went boom. Right? It was like that moment where he said, a lapsed Catholic? No. I have to be devout, and I'm going to cross my, and I'm going to carry a rosary. And I said, no, you're not. You will be given all those things along this journey, and there will be some measure of conversion. But we have to allow some room for you to go. And that said, same thing for all the characters. You know, when we meet Yost, he says, frankly, I'm not here for miracles or God. I'm here to lose weight.
Right.
And Jimmy is a caustic, Protestant. He's got issues with the church. Deborah's character, she's got this enormous hole in her heart that she's trying to fill, and she's in defense mode. But she is not open to the idea of a spiritual life. None of them are, which is why we're allowed to go on this journey with them.
Yeah.
And none of them preach, none of them proselytize. They are all celebrating something that they don't even really are not even connected to yet, but they figure it out by the end of the journey.
It's a celebration really of the mystery of faith. You know, trusting that each step will land on solid ground, and when it doesn't, somebody will be there to catch you. I think that that is a very strong symbol